Alright, Frankie, this video is for you. I have your 3 quads finished up. So you wanted me to fix or repair these 2 and then build this one. The props that you sent for, well, we'll start with this one. We'll start with the twig. So let's put these over here. So here's the twig. The props that you sent for it, you sent 3 clockwise and 1 counterclockwise. So I had to grab one of my props. That's why there's a mismatched colored one here. Turned out pretty nice though. You got some Sunny Sky Diatone, not Diatone, Sunny Sky, what are these? King Kong. So they say King Kong, but they're made by Sunny Sky. 1104 7500 kV motors. You got the GE PRC FC. You got a Crossfire Nano and Pro 32 Nano. Axie Micro, Runcam Nano 2, and those LEDs. So this one's already bound up to my radio. So let's grab a battery. There's your video. Here we go. It's flying pretty good, but I can hear a little bit that P is too high for pitch and roll. You can just hear it just a little bit in the hover. So I'll lower that down a little bit before I send these out. I just remember that you asked me to unlock all the VTXs too, so I'll make sure I do that too. Alright, so there's the twig. Here is Primo. And this one, you just had me swap out the flight controller. So for this one, I went with actually went with the nameless RC one, just because I know that it works good on this frame. You can see here how the USB just comes out the side right here. So easy to access that, and I got it with the plugs not soldered on, and I soldered them to the bottom side of the board. So if you get it with them soldered on, if you get it where it comes with the plugs already soldered on, they solder them to the top side of the board. So I think it just makes it a little bit better to have it on the bottom side, a little bit cleaner, and keeps the motor wires and stuff underneath on the bottom side, you know. Just looks better to me. So yeah, I swapped out the flight controller, and I think I swapped out the camera too. Or no, maybe that was the other one. No, that was the other one. Never mind. Another thing I did was pulled the plug off of the receiver and direct soldered it, just to make more room and make it look better. If it had the plug on there still, it would look kind of dumb with this big white plug hanging out the side right here. So yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. Alright, so oh, and for binding, I don't want to forget about that. Ooh, that's a snug fit. On the twig, So if you're looking at it from the back, the crossfire is on the right side. You probably won't have to push the bind button, but if you did have to, you can see the bind button through this slot right here in the canopy. I can see it right now. And let's see, I'm clicking it right now, so it's pretty easy to get to. Okay. This one, it should already be bound up to your radio since... Oh wait, no, sorry, never mind. I bound it up to my radio. The bind button's right there, which is really easy to get to, so. Alright. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Damn, that looks really bad. Look at that shit. Come on. Damn, that looks terrible. I'm gonna have to look at that. I don't know what's going on there. That's horrible. It might be because I think on this one I might have left the ground for the camera running to the VTX. I'm gonna have to take it back apart and look at it. Damn it. It's good to go for flying though. Yeah, that just does not look good. Look at those lines. Alright, well, I'll fix that. Take the ground for the camera and run it in with the ground for the VTX. And that should fix it. Alright, so we'll come back to that. And here is your 75X frame. Oops. And I swapped out the flight controller on this one. This is a GE PRC flight controller. I moved the receiver to the bottom, and I also took the plug off of the receiver on this one and direct soldered it. So the bind button is right here. Very easy to get to. I added this LED and swapped out the EOS 2 for a Runcam Nano 2. And I think that's it. There's your video. Looks great. Nice and clear, no lines. Let me see if this fits in here. Ooh, just barely. It's a 452S. Alright, I don't think I've tested this one yet, but let's test it out now. Here we go. Yeah. Damn, look how smooth that is. Holy crap. Damn, that is freaking smooth as hell. So I think this is on Betaflight 4.1. I'm pretty sure I remember flashing it. Damn, that's flying smooth. That was awesome. The LED wasn't on. I'm not sure why. I don't think I set it up though, so it might just need to be set up. Alright, so there's your 75 and your twig, and your Primo I'm going to fix right now, so I will come back when I get that video problem fixed, because I'm not going to send it back to you until that is fixed. So alright, I'll be back. Okay, so I took this apart. I took the ground from the camera to the VTX and moved it over here to the ground that's going from the VTX. So now the ground from the camera and the VTX are both going into this one ground pad right here. So I haven't checked it yet, but let's see if it made any difference. You saw how bad it was before. I mean, it was like really bad, dark lines and shit. It looked horrible. So let's see if it helped. It usually does help just by doing that. Oh, look at that. Not any lines at all. It's like crystal clear. Damn. Look at that. Woo. Awesome. I mean, it's like crystal clear. Wow. That is amazing. Yeah, so I've said this before, but you should always put the ground from the camera in with the ground for the VTX. You don't ever want to use the ground on the VTX for the camera. I don't know why. I mean, sometimes you might be able to get away with it. I'm sure there's going to be people out there saying, oh, I put it on the VTX and I don't get those lines or whatever, but it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's different for everybody. I mean, you could be using a different flight controller. If somebody out there says, I have this exact same flight controller and I use the camera's ground on the VTX and I don't get no lines, that's great. I'm really glad that that worked good for you. But for me, sometimes, I mean, you never know. There might be a time that, I mean, I used to run the camera ground to the VTX all the time. Never had any problems. But then for some reason lately, it's just been giving me problems. Actually, I do remember maybe a year ago, it was that DYS F4 20x20 stack. And I used to have all kinds of problems with that one. But whenever I would run the grounds together, it always fixed it. So anyway, it's good to go now, so I'm going to get this buttoned up. I also just got done taking this one apart to unlock the VTX. So the VTX is unlocked. I'm about to unlock the VTX on this one right now. Some people have problems like knowing how to do that. I've had so many people say, can you please make sure the VTX is unlocked? Can you unlock the VTX? It's like, it's not hard to do, but I will show you on camera so that you have some kind of reference to go back on, because it's so easy once you know how to do it. First, you power it up. Okay, so here you'll be able to see the lights. Okay, you're gonna hold down the button until the light goes away. Then let go. Okay, red went away, now I let go. One red, that's channel. Hold down again until the light goes away. Two red, that's band. Two reds is where you unlock it. Once you have the two reds, you're gonna hold the button down for around 20 seconds or until the blue LED goes solid. And I'm not talking about right now because it's solid right now, but it's gonna start flashing like that. So it's around 20 seconds or so, but when it stops flashing, now you let go. Now there's three red, that's power, and now it's unlocked. 1 2 3, that's power. 1 2, that's 200 milliwatts. Click it again. 1 2 3, that's power. 1 2 3, that's 400 milliwatts. So now we're good to go. So I'm just gonna hold it down until the light goes away, hold it down until it goes away, hold it down until it goes away, hold it down until it goes away. And now we got red and blue, and that means it's unlocked. So I just unlocked it and set it to 400 milliwatts. So it doesn't take all those steps to unlock it. It's just hold it down until the LED goes away. Let go. You got one red. That means channel. Hold it down again till the LED goes away. Let go. You get 2 reds. That is band, and that's where you unlock it. Hold it down for 20 seconds or until the blue stops blinking and goes solid. Let go. Now it's unlocked. That's all. You click the button 3 times pretty much and it's unlocked. I hope that helped somebody, because I know it wasn't the best explanation. I'm not that great at doing that, but hopefully somebody out there gets it and knows. When I'm holding the button down and then let go, the red tells you what mode you're in. 1 red is channel, 2 red is band, 3 red blinks is power, 4 red blinks is something like temperature cutoff or whatever, 5 red blinks is like crossfire on or off, 6 red blinks is something else, I don't remember what, but yeah. So the red blinks are the modes. The blue blinks blink to tell you what it's set to in that mode. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna get all this buttoned up and boxed up, and I'll send you over tracking. All right, thanks, Frankie. One more thing too, I wanted to show what I do with the receivers. So this is a RXSR, and if you'll notice, the antennas usually come out this way, and the thing that I see happen all the time with those antennas is you're bending them around, put them on the quad and stuff, and after a little bit they start to rip out of the UFL connector. They'll start to fray first, and then you might end up getting wires touching and shorting out stuff or whatever, and then they'll end up just breaking off. So what I do is I unplug them, spin them around, and then plug them back in, so that way the connector never has a chance to break or do anything, because it's inside the heat shrink right here, and you know, now you're only bending on right here, which is much less chance of anything breaking. So I do that. I did that to all your receivers, and I do it to all mine too. It just makes the antennas last 10 times longer. So flip them around and then heat shrink it, and you're good. All right.